it's a win-win scenario. You can't lose. No one can lose if they buy into 2012 as being a positive event.
Yeah. We've got a lot of people that are listening to the call, and there's
Great.
a chat room that people can ask questions. If anybody would like to call in and ask a question, just call in through the number and put in the call ID 59174. That'll get you right in, and then you can there's something where you can raise your hand, and I'll pick it up, and you can actually talk to Gregg on the line here. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, just chat something in the box there, and I'll ask Gregg for you. Let's give out your website one more time here.
Sure.
Go ahead. www. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, www.maya, MAYA 12-21-2012.com.
Okay, cool. And, you got a wealth of information there, so anybody that is getting a little bit of the willies about this should definitely visit your website.
Yeah.
And,
and
get an education, right?
It's one of the great things about my website is it is all-inclusive. I mean, if you're just starting out on your spirituality search, you might want to start out in what I call the truth theory forum. I no longer call it a conspiracy theory, but it really tackles all the tough topics and really brings to light many things that people are wondering about. So it'll save a lot of people time and effort in their searches. It'll kind of speed up their own spiritual progression. I've been spending a lot of time in the spirituality forum myself because there's so many different topics in there that I just love, like the awakening and ascension, DNA upgrade, global consciousness. As a matter of fact, yesterday I just released a video on YouTube called 2012 DNA Upgrade, The Shift, and Ascension. And already, I think it's like number 6 on most viewed. Or
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really been getting a lot of airplay out there. And for any of the listeners, check it out. Like I said, once again, it's called 2012 DNA Upgrade, The Shift, and Ascension. So, and there's a lot of videos. Just click on my username, and I've got a lot of really cool videos that mentions material that you won't hear anywhere else.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Let me see. Do we have anybody with questions here? Everybody is chatting so fast I can barely read it flying by here.
Hi, guys and girls.
Let's see. Somebody said, how do you envision 5D Earth?
I do this every day when I meditate, and this is the cool thing. I even have a thread on my website forum about this. Close your eyes when you meditate. Envision anything that you could think of that you would like in 5D Earth. Who knows what will happen? Perhaps one day you wake up and it'll be your 5D Earth that you're seeing, but everybody else gets to share in it. For example, if you wanted a sun or 2 suns that crisscross the sky, and the temperature would remain constant at all times, and the sun is emitting multicolored, tie-dye colored rays, and in your front lawn you have a waterfall that goes upwards with purple water or whatever you want. I mean, anything is possible. Envision whatever it is that you think would be appropriate and would fit within the vibration of 5D Earth, and you're manifesting that. That thought is already creating the manifestation.
Well, that's kind of like part of the shift, isn't it? And I think
Yes.
It really started with the mainstream release of the law of attraction information, that implanting the belief that it's even possible to do this.
Yes.
So
yes.
Hooray for Rhonda Burns for getting that out. And so that was just the beginning,
Quantum physics tells us a lot about, possibilities. And what we're working with right now is, a lot of quantum physics, metaphysics, spirituality, and kind of tossing them all in one ball, and religion also. And really what it boils down to is what resonates within you, as you mentioned before. Does this sound right? Is this feasible? Is this possible? We can't quantify, through any kind of deduction right now, specifically what 5D Earth will be like, yet we know and believe that it will exist, and it already exists.
You're right. I even bring this up in my book about the the quantum physics, the scientists are bringing God back to science. You know, it's like they have nowhere to go but to explain it with them. Well, geez, it's God. Let me just get this guy on here.
Sure.
Because freaking. Okay. You have a question for Greg. You're on.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Great.
What's
we
your
were
question?
just calling in. Well, we were calling in when you were talking about the religion and all that.
Yes.
But now it's been kind of a while, so we were just listening to what you were saying. Now I don't really know what to say.
Oh, well, what's your thoughts on religion?
Well, what we said earlier is just that religion, some of it is true and some of it's just like to control people.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel resonates within you with religion? What do you like about religion right now?
I like the parts about it that has to do with helping everybody and connecting to everything that's real, but then they change it up and say, you know, you got to do this and that to be a part of it, and that's not what it's about.
Yeah, the whole fear-mongering thing is what you're talking about, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to control you with fear. But if you just love and accept things, then that's what it should be about.
You know, shouldn't that be the whole Bible? Love everyone, the end?
Exactly. I mean, you can sum it up in a sentence, and they've got a whole book that we've been contradicting for thousands of years, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
That's perfect. All right. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Love everyone, the end. Yep, that's perfect.
It's pretty simple. No fear. Love everyone. That's good enough for me.
Let's talk a little bit about your spiritual subdivisions. Bringing together points of light, cost of home significantly less than the area's asking price. Homes built with, I'll probably screw up on these names, Vastu and Feng Shui principles, meditation areas. Let's talk about that.
You know, this is so exciting. You know, many people are going through the same thing right now where they're ending relationships with people of negative vibrations, and points of light are coming together all across the world. And one of the ideas that was brought to me from the universe was this idea about getting some kind of spiritual subdivision together and basing it on the Feng Shui and the Vastu principles, such as the homes facing the east to greet the morning energy and specific interior design to generate the most energy available within the home. The coolest thing about this, though, is the homes would be based on specific geometric configurations, such as the flower of life. The energy...
Sacred geometry.
Exactly. So essentially, if you had a subdivision looking like the flower of life, and you had solar-powered lights that not only shined lights down to the streets, but up into the sky, we'd essentially be creating our own crop circles.
Man, I'm getting goosebumps, man. I love this.
Yeah, and the area that we're looking at are places in Arizona that have this near energy vortexes, but I believe that these areas would kind of create their own energy vortex. You know, there will be specific meditation areas and specific geometric designs to create the most energy within these subdivisions. And no homes will be allowed to have a swimming pool because we'd want to encourage people to be together instead of being individuals. We'll have a community recreation center where people can get together. And one of the things we're talking about is having like different areas of the subdivision. We plan on having a quite large subdivision, but different areas getting together and hosting parties for all the other areas, you know, where you get to know your neighbors and everyone's like a best friend there. There's so many ideas that we're really toying around right now with even having like a Montessori kind of educational system that gets away from the traditional BS agenda that they teach in school. Maybe an animal husbandry area where you can start raising your own food and you know, a horticulture area, equestrian trails, you know, so on and so forth. It's really exciting. A real dear friend of mine and I are